Hey, one thing we got to point out too that we think is useful. Look at the balance point. So this has the longest balance point. It does not have the highest swing weight. So again, just an example, you can't measure balance point and think it's swing weight. Those are different things. Damien, what do you bat in the order?
Usually 4, but kind of switches off between the third and fourth.
Took 10 great hits with each bat that you consider to be great. Yeah. We took the swing speed, we took the exit speed on tracks up here, which we'll show the data in a second. But your first take after hitting them, which one do you think you did the best with?
I don't know. I feel like I struggled a little bit with all of them because they're all like completely different. But I feel like
that out. Yikes. Get out.
7-6.
What was that, 94? Yeah.
73.
So you just hit that. That's your game bat, right? That's your gamer.
This
You've been using that your junior year?
Yeah.
So this is basically the new quote unquote new version, the hype comp of this guy. And your feelings, which one do you like better?
I mean, this one I definitely like a lot better because it's a power balance. I just feel like I have a lot more control with this one over that one.
I mean, I just saw you hit with them, and I thought you did way better with this bat.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird to me, actually. Like, you kind of, I wouldn't say you struggled to find the barrel with that, but it took some time to find the barrel with that one. This one, it was like 3 swings, 3 great hits, right?
Yeah.
And it was all like 93, 92.
It is definitely a lot heavier than this one, and that's why I started struggling a little bit.
Your first take after hitting them, which one do you think you did the best with, and then what do you mean by best?
I feel like I did like just the tiniest bit better with this one, with like being able to control the the barrel, to the ball and just keeping my hands inside.
So the meta it is.
Yeah.
If you had to choose, so if you had to choose right now, going up to the plate, those are your only 3 bats you had, you'd go meta.
Yeah.
All right.
Likely.
All right, cool. In terms of swing weight, you already said that the hype felt heavy, at least compared to your hype from last year.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same? Did the CADX Composite or the Meta swing lighter, heavier? Where would you put them?
This one is definitely heavier than these 2.
Yeah.
And I feel like these 2 would definitely be close.
Yeah.
But,
how about like flex, because they have that 2-piece. Did anyone feel stiffer than the other 2?
This one felt a lot stiffer.
Yeah, a lot more feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what people like to say about that, especially that CADX Composite. It's like, it feels flexible. It feels like a huge barrel, feels really flexible. And so we've seen that younger, smaller kids tend to like that kind of bat. Bigger, stronger kids, maybe not so much, but.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's look. All right, these are the minor wins. Again, we don't care too much about minor wins, but they're fun to think about. The CADX Composite 100% swings lighter in terms of swing speed, or in terms of swing weight. Not much different than the Meta, so he was exactly right in saying that this bat feels like this bat. I mean, they're 20 points off, which is literally nothing. Notice, again, Hype Comp is, in fact, the heaviest. He got that exactly right. In terms of max barrel size, so the Marucci CADX does have the biggest barrel profile. How much does that matter? We don't know, but if we got to give it points for something, we'll give it points for that. He swung all the bats really close to the same. I mean, 77.6 up to 78. We're 0.4 miles an hour away from each bat. Interesting that he swung the heaviest bat the fastest, but as a big, strong hitter, again, it's mechanics that slow people down, not necessarily bat speed that slows people down at some level. When the bat gets too heavy, it starts to show in the swing speed, but when it's bats that he can handle just fine, it turns out that it's they're all about
all right,
the same. Look, I'm just going to admit it. My game is stupid, okay? The major win. And here's the problem, and I'll show you what. Look, the hitter didn't like the Easton Hype Comp. If you watched him hit, he did better with these bats. Like, he got to 10 better hits over here, all this stuff, right? But then, here we are. The Easton Hype Comp wins because it hit the ball the furthest and its exit per swing speed, and we give 2 points here and 1 point here, and we're legitimately 3 miles an hour faster on the CADX. So, I don't even know what to do. I feel like the game, we just broke the game, but anyways, that's the game we're going to play. That's surprising that the Hype wins.
That is very surprising to me. I really didn't think I wasn't hit it that good with how heavy it felt.
Yeah, stupid data, man. Messing us up. Stupid data. Well, all right, good work. I guess it moves on. The good news is I don't think you're a two-piece composite hitter anyways. You're a hybrid or a single-piece guy. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. This isn't going to win in the long run, but we got to play the game. And then next week when we do the hybrid bats, that's the one I think to watch. So the good news is for the lighter hitter, this bat did win. So it's still sort of in the runnings. And we'll give some love out to Easton. We shouldn't crap on that bat. He clearly hit the ball far. He clearly could elevate it the right way in terms of the exit speed based on how fast he was swinging in terms of the pop. But look how close that is, 1.253, 1.26. Oof, that's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow, the Easton Hype Comp wins, but it's the name of the game. We're going to play stupid games. We're going to win stupid prizes, kids. That's how we go. Okay, so here's the barrel sizes. Also, real close, two-piece composite bats really like the idea of having massive barrels, but you'll see that CADX has like 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch bigger than the Hype Comp. And then, of course, the Meta comes in there. It's the smallest, but is it by the smallest by much? Not really. But that's the idea of what kind of barrel size you're going to get. These are the 33 inches. Notice they're all about the same height in terms of their actual max barrel size. That CADX wins by a little bit. So if you're looking at the difference in the knobs, the one that feels the most different is this one. Even the hitter mentioned how different it felt. Just because it's so thin down to here, there's not really a flare. These two have a really similar flare. This is a real traditional, I guess, sort of thin knob with that, obviously, down here at the end. And there's no technology really in the knob for the Meta, other than it says Meta, but that's not really technology. That's just a graphic. That's it. All the grips feel really close to the same. I'd say the Marucci one probably feels a little slicker than the other ones. Not in a bad way, just in the way that those little perforations kind of work on that thing. So the biggest difference, we think, is probably just this soft knob that you'll get inside of this Easton Hype Comp. They call it the Power Boost knob, but it's really just a soft knob, this edge. I don't know why more companies don't do that, because we really do like it. In any case, that has a little bit of a flare and that soft knob. The Marucci Cat Composite doesn't have the gel in the end of it, doesn't have that gel end cap like the Marucci Cat, and that's because they have the sting is taken out by this two-piece connection, whereas they don't need that here because there's not a lot of sting in the hands. That's what the two-piece connection does, hence the reason that there's no gel in the knob. Last thing you might like taking a look at are the connection pieces in terms of the smoothness of that connection. Definitely the Hype wins that, the Hype Comp. There's really, they do have this rubber piece right in here that you can see, but in terms of its how it goes along the barrel, pretty smooth. Definitely some volume, this collar right here. These feel a little bit more like collars with the Marucci Cat Composite having,
you know, just like real shape there. This one has a pretty seamless connection, but it has sort of this, you know, these grooves and these graphics inside of this 3FX connection. I don't know if, again, if you care about that stuff, but if you're online and you can't necessarily pick up the bats and hold them, this is probably, you know, maybe fun to sort of think about before you get that in there. You'll definitely notice a collar and sort of a look to that Marucci cat that has a little bit of a bump here in the middle. So yeah, there you go.